You are listening to a Wee Natter, the show that tries to make you forget that Monday morning is a thing by stretching Sunday night out just a little bit further. And to make that happen, I'm Mark, and across the table from me is...
Am I plugged in?
Are you supposed to be plugged in?
I can hear now. I was thinking I couldn't hear a thing.
Are you sure you're not just going a bit deaf? Do you need to get your hearing aids checked out?
I can hear now. Yeah, nothing was coming through.
So you introduce yourself as deaf person. What would you actually want to call yourself?
I'll just stick to Jenny, I think.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to attract Sooty's attention. She's outside under the wheelbarrow, so I've tapped on the glass and she's slowly crawled up and she's just now sitting and staring up at me.
In case you're wondering, Sooty is our cat.
Yeah.
She's like the mascot of our life in general, and the big social media following that we don't have, let's be honest. The cat has a massive following. And you're trying to entice her indoors, even though she's playing outside at the moment.
Yeah, she is. She's just sitting looking up at me now, and I'm waving to her.
She's like a wee kid.
Yeah.
And you're trying to ruin their fun.
Yeah.
Charming. Brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, talking about fun, we are joining you on the week. We're going to be having a partial, it's not even full, partial solar eclipse, which means it's going to be thoroughly disappointing. You're not going to see much.
Yeah, I thought that was last night. Or is this part of it again? No,
it's next week.
Oh, it's next week.
It's on the 12th or something like that. We get a partial eclipse. 90% of the sun will be covered, which means all it's going to feel like is like a cloud has passed by the sun. That's genuinely what it's going to feel like. Although you might get a free trip to Casualty, which makes a change from the usual work week if you end up staring at the sun and burning your retinas out. But other than that, it's just going to be another standard week. And talking about cleaned up, super clean stuff, I've just seen a comment coming in on the chat.
Yeah.
It's making me a little bit jealous. Oh. Good evening, everyone. Sun's finally out, overlooking the beach.
Oh, who's that?
That's Paul that sent that one. Thanks for that one, Paul. Just making us a little bit jealous. Maybe what we need to do is we need to borrow Elon Musk's satellite internet. I'm sure we can make it work, and we could take the show to the beach. The only problem is we'll get sand between our toes and things like that, and in places that you don't want sand.
I don't
Unless we go to a pebbly beach.
No, I don't like pebbles.
That's it decided. It's got to be a proper sandy beach.
You can't get comfy when you're trying to have a sunbathe because you get stones all in your back and then they stick to your back.
So you basically spend the whole show sunbathing is what you're saying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even be bothering properly. You'd just be, you know what, I know we've got to do this radio stuff, but I'm just going to lie there. Just like that. Not going to do anything.
I'm not talking about the eclipse.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the
I've
eclipse.
just realised we've got a telescope on the top of the country park where we live, haven't we?
The little hill behind us, yes, it has a telescope on top of it, yes.
Yeah, we could do that. We could look at it through there. What do you think?
That is how you get to enjoy the benefits of disability for the rest of your life.
Oh.
You would end up making yourself blind doing that one. It probably wouldn't be the wisest plan in the world, but there is a trick where you can use a telescope and a bit of paper. So you point the telescope at the sun. Don't, for the love of God, look through the telescope. Don't even take a sneaky wee peek. But you point it the right direction.
Yeah.
You've then got a piece of paper behind the telescope and you can see the shape of the sun on the piece of paper.
Might try that instead then.
That's the trick I remember doing back in the eclipse in the 90s. I mean, which admittedly is a long time ago.
Well, you can get them glasses, can't you? They're a thing.
I don't know how good for your eyes they are. Or how good. Well, there's only one way to find out. What we're going to do is we're going to buy Jenny some of those glasses, the cheapest possible ones we can find on, let's be honest, it's going to be Amazon or Alibaba or something like that. It's going to be one of the cheap online retailers. We'll buy those glasses. We'll point you directly staring at this partial eclipse, and you can tell us if you can still see afterwards. The only problem is we'll end up driving to wherever we're going, and you'll be the one that's driving us back. And then we might have to rethink about that.
Yeah, I think we definitely have a rethink.
And talking about rethink, there's a few comments have been coming in as we've been discussing the telescope and that idea. Yeah. Argonath pointing out that Sherwood Observatory, which is not a bad wee day out. If you've not been,
it's great.
The best time to go, and I can't remember what her name is. I'm really sorry about this if this is you, but the best time to go to the Sherwood Observatory is when they've got the Sarky presenter on doing the night sky show. Do you not remember? She was just a bit sarky about everything. It was wonderfully funny. I quite enjoyed it.
I I can think of is Patrick Moore. Or is it Patrick Moore?
Patrick Moore.
Which one is it?
Patrick Moore's been dead for years. He was not there at the Sherwood Observatory when you were going out for a wee wonder. But on top of the fact they're selling solar glasses for £1, apparently, for a pair.
Are they?
Yeah. I remember that when we went there for the open day, it was the middle of summer.
Yeah.
Which means they couldn't show you much. But they did have their fancy... All the members had brought in their sun telescopes for showing you what the surface of the sun looks like, so you can see it in real time with all the ripples and all the.
Yeah.
I was about to say explosions of things, but it's not really explosions. You know, all the little dark spots and things like that.
It was good. It was interesting.
Yeah.
The tea was good as well. What a nice little calf.
Yeah, and as Paul is saying, we Natron tour, aye.
Yeah.
So we'll have to come up with if we're going to do a tour. We're going to have to come up with a bunch of places to go stop by, haven't we? And we know where we stand in the pecking order. We're not going to fill Albert Hall, right? As much as you're enthusiastic, as much as we're enthusiastic, we're not going to fill the Albert Hall. So we have to be realistic about it and you know, Dungeness Community Centre or something
I'm thinking
like that.
nice places like the top of Mantor, you know, things like that.
Doing a live show from the top of a hill.
Yeah.
What? Why would you be on the top? What's the point in being on the top of the hill?
That's where everybody is, isn't it? Stepping stones at Dovedale, do you know what I mean? That's where the crowds are.
Are you just thinking of all the lovely places that are drivable from where you are?
Yeah.
Right? You're just gonna. Yeah. We'll get the expenses covered. We'll call it a live show. we'll just go out there.
Right.
We'll do a couple of bits. It'll be fine. It'll work. I need to get your take on this, Jenny, right? Mm-hmm. So see what you think about this story. Council apologises after an unfortunate placement of a sign. And you're thinking, well, what's the problem with that, right? Mm-hmm. The sign says dead end on it because they're doing some road works. The road is now a dead end. You can't go all the way through it. So they've put a temporary sign up that says dead end next to a cemetery.
Oh.
Now, would you find that funny?
I think it was a bit funny.
Or would you be offended by it? You know, you're about to say goodbye to Nan. Hopefully it doesn't happen, very soon. But you're going about to say goodbye to Nan, and you're on your way in, and you see the dead end sign. I think that would give me at least a little smirk on my face.
Yeah, I think it would me. I mean, you could put that outside certain companies as well, couldn't you?
What do you mean by just the companies are dead ends? Well, you're not going to say which companies, but you're saying certain ones are.
It's just a dead end. You're going nowhere.
What? Oh, like that.
That sort of dead end. It's a dead end job. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Now, you see, when I saw this, I thought back to a few years ago when there was a McDonald's McCrispy ad, full-size billboard right next to a crematorium. Where you're going to
Sorry, I know.
Again, a moment of levity. I wouldn't be offended by it. And there is genuinely, I'm not making this up, there was somebody running around a hospital recently, running around on the roof, dressed as the Grim Reaper. Again, I'd find, even if I was getting treated, I would find that a moment of levity.
I think you would, but a little,
Unless I was the only person that could see them. I'm like, can anyone else see the Grim Reaper? No. What? Why am I the only person that can see the Grim Reaper? Yeah, then it would be a problem.
Yeah.
But otherwise, okay, it just feels like a little joke. And I think we need to be less offended in the world nowadays. But it did get me thinking, dead end is a wonderful idea for a wee business if you're right next door to a crematorium, isn't it? So what is the greatest cheesy, punny, whatever you want to call it, company name that you've ever seen? You know, those the little daft ones that stick in your head. I'd love to hear about them. I've just seen a message coming in, unfortunately saying you keep losing the signal.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry to hear about that, but I probably shouldn't be telling you this because it's still very early doors and we haven't signed the contract yet. But we are doing a deal on a pedalo and a AM transmitter and a bunch of car batteries, and we are looking at getting something offshore so we can blast the signal in across the UK. We're working on it.
Who's losing the signal? Who? Where are they?
It doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
It just says they're losing the signal. And the other thing we're talking about was cool company names.
Yes.
Just seen one coming in for PG-31 Cat. Spruce Spring Clean.
Oh, I like that.
Carpet cleaning service located in Lostwittle. that sounds wonderful, doesn't it?
I mean, we've got, is it the fish and chip shop, the Codfather?
The codfather. We have the codfather.
I've seen Curl Up and Die, a hairdresser's. That's good, that is, isn't it?
I like that one. We've also got Ashfield Effluent Services, which happens to be the same place that what was his name's MP?
Not 30p Lee.
Lee, yes, him. 30p Lee is from Ashfield. And every time I see one of those trucks going past, again, nothing to do with it, but every time it goes past, I just think, oh, yeah, that makes sense for Ashfield. It shouldn't, but that's what pops into my mind when I see that one. You look like you got something.
No, wow. You know how when somebody sends you a message and you think to yourself, "Is this just meant for me, or can I share it?"
Go on,
Cheryl just sent me a message, and it is funny. And I thought it's the sort of thing that had happened to me. More you, really, Mark, because you can be a little bit clumsy with stuff, can't you?
Oh, so I better get this ready.
Yeah. So Cheryl says that so she's been away for the weekend, it's her birthday weekend, and she's brought some nice little mini sponges from her favourite bakers. And I said, "Oh, have you managed to scoff the sponges down?" She says, "I've had one. I'll have one for tomorrow night." But in the meantime, they've had a nice ham salad with a couple of boiled eggs, right, for tea.
So that just sounds like it's too hot to cook. We'll do cold tea. Okay, I get that.
Yeah. So Dave basically brought his plate through to the lounge. I'm guessing. Just has brought his plate through. So I'm going to guess the lounge because there's carpet involved. Yeah. And a boiled egg rolled off onto the plate. When it hit the floor, it split into several bits on the carpet. So poor old Dave's on his hands and knees and trying. I hope it's not one of them shag pile carpets. But that would happen to you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and the problem is when you're on holiday, you won't have easy access to Hoover either. If it's a hotel, you'd have to go kind of borrow the cleaning stuff, and they go, no, we'll send someone up. Or if it's like a small B&B.
Yeah, I think she's at home now. So it's their own carpet, so I suppose it's not so bad.
That's not so bad.
But it's still bad. I mean, he's missing a boiled egg with his ham salad.
Well, you'll have to wait till tomorrow when the chickens can produce another one. We are talking about those weird and wonderful little punny company names. Just seen one more coming, haven't we?
Yeah, Stephen Hall. Apparently there's an estate agent called Katie Holmes.
Oh, yeah, she was married to Tom Cruise at some point, wasn't she?
But there was somebody else married to Tom Cruise, and that name has gone out my head.
It's not Scientology, because you can't get married to Scientology, even though he is as good as married to Scientology.
What's her name? Had the long curly hair, very pretty girl. Long
curly hair.
Oh gosh!
Do I need to look up Tom Cruise on?
Yes.
Internet.
They were married, weren't they?
Who was Tom Cruise?
Or was they just in a relationship?
Married to?
Yeah.
It's dialing up. Give it a second.
I can see the face.
His first wife was Mimi Rogers.
No, it's not her.
Second wife was Nicole Kidman.
That's it, Nicole Kidman. That's what I'm thinking
and his third and most recent wife was Katie Holmes, who they married in 2006, divorced in 2012.
You can't keep him, can you? Tom.
It is called the internet. And funnily enough, a whole bunch of other people have jumped in at the same time. Sandra, PG-31 Cat and Argonath, all saying Nicole Kidman. And
that's beautiful, she is.
Henk adding Anna de Armas on top of that. I don't know. That's not one of the ones on the list. Unless you're about to break an exclusive.
Yeah.
And this would be a very strange place to break an exclusive, because our knowledge of celebrity is very minimal.
It's out the window, isn't it?
I'll be completely honest with you. But you know when you do like a celebrity version of a TV show?
Yeah, I'll be like, who are they?
Exactly.
Unless they're from Emmerdale, classic Emmerdale or Corrie, I've got no idea who they are.
And by classic, you've been watching episodes from like 20 years ago.
Yes, yeah.
So it's people that were in soaps 20 years ago. So it's no good for people.
That's when they had a bit of humour. Because at the minute, I find that the most recent soaps are all really bad doom and gloom. It's a bit too hardcore. But, back in the day, yes, you'd get your storylines that was a little bit, But at the same time, they'd have one running side by side that was a little bit more kind of uplifting. When like Emily Bishop, Rita and Norris all got stoned on somebody's chocolate brownies in the cafe, and they didn't realise they'd been laced with whatever you lace a brownie with. But they were comical and stuff. And you know what I mean? So you're not focusing on all the really bad stuff that's going on.
I think you've probably started your pitch. You're going. It's so out there as an idea now. You're going to have to go to Channel 4 with it. All right. You're going to have to pitch it as edgy, new, and a bit different. Admittedly, it's an ancient idea, but you'll pitch it that way.
Yeah.
And secondly, you're talking about people getting high when they weren't supposed to. Did you hear about that wee dog that was up Ben Nevis and ended up getting high by accident. High in two different ways.
Black Labrador one or something. I saw photos of him coming down on a stretcher, literally.
Did you ever see it? Did you ever see the photo?
No.
It was the most spaced out dog you've ever seen in your life. Thankfully, dog is all okay, back to normal. Obviously had a bit of the munchies, I suspect. But
getting on the old win a lot.
Yeah, all I can think is he's getting high in two different ways. Talk about nailing it. Talk about blowing it out the park. Jenny has just uttered one word in my direction, which, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little worried about re-uttering into the microphone myself, because I can't bring myself to say it.
Oh.
Because it just feels too early. We're not talking about the C word.
No.
Already mentioned that.
No.
Talking about Halloween. What is going on? Why do you want to talk about Halloween? It is August, beginning of August. What do you want to drag it up now for?
Well, the thing is, right, don't judge me when I tell you, but...
Well, I'll judge you anyway, but you're not going to stop that.
So, you know how I like to go and have a look around Lisa's studio in Chill Forest?
We need to explain here. There's a little shop in the place that we live.
Yeah.
It sells all sorts of trinkets and things. It's where you like to go. So you go into the trinket shop.
She's an artist. She does a lot of stuff. She makes a lot of stuff herself, decor cards, all that sort of thing.
Fair play.
Yeah. And every time I go in, there's always something that catches your eye. And I always end up coming back to it. And she'll say, Mark's going to kill me. And I'm like, yeah, it's all right. He don't care, Mark. Yeah. So it's like, so I was looking the other week and she said to me, I'm going to start preparing my autumn windows soon. I says, oh yeah, you need to. I says, because a lot of other, like the big major brands are all started to creep a bit of autumn into their range.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I don't think it'll harm, So anyway, she says, I'm going to start trying to get some like Halloweeny bits, like pumpkins, things like that. Okay. So I said, oh, let me know when you get them. I says, and I'll have a little peek because I don't want them to run out. So anyway, she shows me a few pictures and I thought, God, they're lovely. When are you getting them out then, Lisa? She says, I'm looking towards the end of the week, which was about a couple of weeks ago. So anyway, I came in on one of the Fridays and we were chatting and she says, oh, I've got them all in boxes here. She says, I'm going to have to unpack them, scan them in, get them priced up and everything. So I think she was not going to look at those boxes that day. She was going to kind of just focus on getting rid of the last of the summer bits. But she must have saw my face and she went, let's just open a box and see what we've got. And she ended up opening all 20 boxes because we got a bit excited, about the different shades and sizes and textures of all the pumpkins and the witches and everything else. So I looked at this, I thought, oh my God. I says, I'm going to have to get one. I'm going to have to get some, Lisa. I says, because I don't want them to go. When you've seen something you want and you think, if I don't get it, that's going to go. So I says, let me know when you're going to be merchandising them. I says, and I'll pop in. So she says, I'm hoping to get them up on the Friday. So she sends me the pictures. She says, I put them in. She says, I didn't think they'd go as quickly as what I thought they would be going. So she says, pumpkins are actually going a bit mad already. So I thought, that's it. I'm going. I thought I either get you to go up there on your lunch hour or I've got to
convince me to go on my lunch break to go buy some pumpkins in the middle of
Yeah, but you won't know which ones I want because there's different colours, shades, textures. And I said, I don't know which ones to get to save me. So luckily, as soon as 10 o'clock came, she opens at 10. I was on the door, dinging it. And I went in.
So you did the proper old person specials camping outside the shop.
I was there like a next sale. I managed to get the kind of pumpkins that I wanted. And she very kindly wrapped them all in a bubble wrap for me. So I've had them a week. And I'm thinking, do you know what? I really do love these pumpkins. Do you know what? Sod it. I've had them out and they're already on display on my mantelpiece. Do you call it a mantelpiece these days? On my mantelpiece. They're there. I got 3 because it's always good to display in odd numbers. So I've got 3 kind of colours that complement each other, 3 different sizes. They're already out, Mark. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to make the most of my pumpkins.
So you've just admitted you've got porcelain
pumpkins.
Porcelain on your mantelpiece.
I have. So you don't jump up there, though.
I just need to check how bad this is. Have you started looking at porcelain dogs?
No.
So it's not quite that bad yet, but we are on the journey. That's one to worry about. Although if we are on the topic of Halloween, Sandra's just been in touch to say there is a new Shaun the Sheep movie coming out in September. And the movie is about how Shaun and the sheep save Halloween.
Oh, I'd like to watch that. Would you not like to watch that?
I don't know, but I guess it's a bit like The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that a Christmas film or is it a Halloween film? There's an argument for years.
Both, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Maybe we could all watch it and then do a review. Now we can get these book clubs where they do a review on a book. We can have a film club here. We could review the film. We'll review Shaun the Sheep Does Halloween. It's not called that, is it? I forgot what it's called already.
Shaun the Sheep Does Halloween sounds about Debbie Does Dallas. It's nothing to do with that.
What was it called again? I forgot already.
We don't know what the name is.
Oh,
It hasn't been mentioned. I haven't looked it up. I've only seen the messages coming in, so I'm only relaying what is
I'd like to watch that. I think I'm going to watch. Remember Halloween? Yeah, let's watch that on Halloween. A pumpkin spice latte, some ghouly kind of, biscuits, cakes, stuff like that. So, I mean, I like to have stuff set like I do for Christmas. I like to have a Halloween table as well with some nice Halloween fairy cakes that you get from Greg's or something. They've just got a bit of a blob on and a scary skeleton that somebody's stuck on it or a witch. But it's the theme, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I quite fancy that.
You go all in on it, but at the same time, you switch all your lights off and pretend that you know it.
Take the pumpkin back off the front door. I don't want kids knocking on the door. I just take me Halloween wreath off the door, take the pumpkin back in. Oh, yeah. I want to focus on me.
And Cheryl has been in touch saying we stopped at Dobby's in Boston and they had some Halloween stuff already on the shelves.
Well, they've had it in TK Maxx for about a month.
It's scary.
I brought a pumpkin from there on Saturday as well.
We're not even in scary season and it's already getting scary out there. Jenny just popped up a bit of a tough question because I haven't been following the celeb news very much. So they're asking, is Minka still around? What's he up to nowadays? Well, it turns out, you heard of the TV show The Voice, where they're all in the chairs and they do the spinny round thing.
Yeah, never seen it.
He's on a version called La Voz, which is in Spain. And he's been a judge since 2025 there. And he's occasionally performing, including at the Eden Project's Eden Sessions last month.
I like Mika.
He's the sort of person that you'd go, I've not seen him in a while. And then, he pops up on, what's the name of it? Nevermind the Buzzcocks in one of the lineups. And you go, oh yeah, he's still around, he's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a surprise. Yeah. Oh, well, I might look into his new album. I didn't realise he was still doing albums, but I'll look into his new one. Yeah.
I wouldn't album anymore. I just do a bit of a Spotify and then you can just pick off bits that you want and just kind of hide stuff from the album.
And now you see, you've dragged me into a little bit of a rant here.
Uh-oh.
I'll keep it light. I'll keep it on the lighter end of things. But I do remember the back end of records and remember them being a pain in the backside and skipping and all that, all them. If you need to find a song that was miserable and it would wear out over time and all that sort of stuff. I remember records being a bit rubbish. And then technology improved and we had tapes where you could scan back and forth and you had CDs where you could listen to anything you wanted.
And your mini discs. Don't forget your mini. I never had a mini disc.
No, nobody had a mini disc. Nobody had one of those. We all went straight to MP3 players. Admittedly, they were all really small ones, so it all sounded very crunchy. But it meant you could take whatever song you liked and you could skip through it and it was all amazing. So I really, really don't get the whole thing of going back in time and going, you know what, I really want to sit down and put the record on and listen to it in album order. And listen to it being a bit warm and fuzzy and things like that as well. I don't get it. I wish I could, because I'd love to get in on a fad someday. I'm kind of hoping that being backwards enough that a fad will come round and catch me up, but this is not one I can get into.
There's lots of stores open now. Selector Scratch is back again, selling all vinyl, but I can't get into it because when I can download an album in seconds to my phone. Yes. I don't even have to have Wi-Fi connection. I can go and listen to it. I can go through the list and I can just hide stuff from that album that I don't like. So all I'm getting off an album is the stuff on it that I want to like. How many times have you brought an album because you like 3 tracks on the album? Do you know what I mean?
That is why when I first got into buying music as a young person, I didn't buy albums from artists. There wasn't any artists like, I'm such a big fan, I'll go buy the album. I would buy compilations that had the right mix of songs on it. Admittedly, there would always be a duff one or two in there, but that would be a wide enough selection that I'd get it was like buying variety packs for your breakfast because you get bored of eating Cocoa Pops every day or something.
Or you buy your little 7-inch and for the A side and the B side was sometimes you get a good B side, but sometimes it was just shocking.
Talking about what is wrong with Jenny, she said, I want to talk about collagen.
Collagen, yeah.
Which, to me, sounds like some sort of feature we're going to do where we set up a phone line, you can dial in and you can speak to a Jen. But I'm guessing it's not. No. I'm guessing it's something different. Do you want to take us through?
Collagen. I like collagen. Yeah. Collagen. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of come on quickly about collagen because I've just started to, I've took some in the past, but I don't think it did anything for me. And then you know how you keep getting all these ads pushing to you on Facebook and you're like, I don't know, and then you forget about it. It's every couple of seconds it's on a feed. And then I think, I'll chat to some of my friends and see if they've actually used this particular brand. Because there's supposed to be a mix of all 3 different types of collagen and a bit of vitamin C in to help your body absorb the collagen. So I thought, I wouldn't mind giving it a go, but I talked to somebody that actually knows a little bit about stuff like this.
Oh,
so
right.
I had a chat with one of my friends and they said it sounded really good and that they were going to give it a go. And it's if you're not happy, you get 90 days guarantee, you get your money back. It's not as expensive as some of the collagen out there.
Okay.
The one I tried was supposed to be like a neutral flavour and I put it in my tea, I put it in a yogurt, but there was definitely an after taste to it. So I thought I kind of went off a bit of the collagen. But anyway, I've tried this. I got sent some samples, some little sachets, and they do a natural one, they do a vanilla, and they do a chocolate one. So the natural one really does, you can't taste it. So I was quite impressed from the start. The chocolate one is like having a chocolate milkshake. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the vanilla one is really lovely as well.
Oh,
so I thought we signed up. I'm going to sign up for this. I'm going to see how it goes. I've got a nice few gifts with it as well. A little tin to put my collagen powder in, some gummies, some fridge magnet things so you can tick to say that you've had your collagen for today. You know, some nice little bits that I got.
So you've got a fridge magnet.
I ain't got a fridge to stick it on though. That's the problem.
You've got a fridge. It's got a door in front of it.
It's built it, so I can't really. So I stuck it to the old coffee maker. The pen sticks to it quite nice. And anyway, I thought I'd give it a go. I thought I'd use my sachet first. So I thought, that's me without my glasses on. It made me set a cup of tea. I thought I'll sprinkle it in my cup of tea.
It makes sense. Okay, I'm following you so far.
Try it out. So anyway, at my sachet, it was a whitish powder. So I thought, this is my neutral flavour one. Stick it in.
It's anthrax, one of the two.
Give it a nice stir. Took the first sip. I thought, bugger, what's this? I put the vanilla flavoured one in. So I had a vanilla tasting cup of tea and I wasn't impressed with, in a yoghurt or something, very nice. But in your cup of tea, vanilla, it didn't do it for me.
Now, you see, people are into all sorts of syrups and things in their coffees. I thought you were on the cusp of discovering these things could work in teas and then you could set up a little tea shop where you can get different syrups in your teas.
Yeah. I didn't do the vanilla tea. I mean, I'm wondering if the chocolate, would you do the chocolate? If I'd obviously that would have been obvious that I'd put chocolate in my tea, but it is like a chocolate milkshake. I mix it in my fat-free Greek yogurt, and it's beautiful. But you feel naughty because obviously, I'm on the Slimming World, and I was half a pound from getting my Stone Award, and I maintained. So I was gutted, maintained.
And you think it's because you ate...
You got to swip your collagen, haven't you?
Got to...
Swip it.
You're making words up now.
Slimming World's individual picks. It's not sin anymore, it's a swip.
I've no idea what that means.
But it says 9 grams is a swip and a half, but the sachets are 5 grams, so I'm counting it as a swip. So do you think it was that swip that made me maintain?
I'd be very surprised because it doesn't sound like it's a very high calorie thing, but this is all just breaking my head. And you haven't even told us what's this collagen thing supposed to do in the first place?
So my collagen is supposed to give you. Apparently you get like a bovine, is it? Bovine.
So coming off a cow.
The fish.
So there's cow and fish.
And there's a chicken one in here, and there's a vitamin C that helps you absorb the collagen. Now some collagen don't have the vitamin C in it, so it's hard to absorb. But you're supposed to get hair, thicker hair, better nails, skin, get rid of all your, make your skin a bit more firmer, get rid of your fine lines and wrinkles, and it's supposed to help with all your joints and things, which is the main thing I got it for.
Are you particularly picky about where this hair ends up being thicker? Because, I might have an alternative here, and it's called testosterone, and it will happily let you grow hair in all sorts of weird and wonderful places. And as you get older, in places you didn't realise hair could grow. We are touching on fads because Jenny's on the collagen fad at the moment. She'll tell me it's more than a fad, but I'm assuming it's a fad. And we've just had a comment coming in from Paul saying, I tried, talking about tea, I tried my daughter-in-law's iced matcha. It was like drinking grass. Yeah.
Oh, my God, that was one of my topics.
Matcha and pistachio, and it's all sorts of green stuff. At least it's not kale, let's be honest. That's a good thing. But I actually bought some cookies. Now, when I say cookies and green stuff in them, you probably think a bit Snoopy Doggy Dog. No, this is from the co-op. You do not buy Snoop Doggy Dog cookies from the co-op.
Have you eaten them all?
I think they were matcha cookies or something like that, or one of these green horrible things. It tasted minging. I really do not get the appeal of it. I don't know what is going on. Are people's taste buds broken?
I don't know, because I was going to bring this up as a topic. I could talk about it now. I could talk about it
Bring
next
it
week.
on.
Bring it on.
Bring it
it's
on.
only because you brought it up, but I was in... can I say where I was? Are we allowed?
Well, you might
It's
be
not
able to.
their fault. It's just that I didn't like it. Well, we were in Greg's, and it was red hot day, and I thought, I'm going to have a cold drink. And I was looking at the calorie thing again against me lattes, and the cold drinks, and this one didn't have many calories in at all. And I thought, I'm going to try this, and it was the matcha, but it says matcha latte, so I thought it's a coffee. So I thought it's flipping tea. It was the most... I didn't want to say anything because you bought it for me, but I thought, oh my God, I literally had to force that, and then you didn't realise when we got back it got lobbed down the sink.
Oh, I assumed you would.
It was disgusting. Really was disgusting.
The giveaway is you've not had one since.
No, I've not. I won't have a matcha. I thought it said the word. It said latte after it. I thought I was getting a coffee. I don't know why. I'd like it because they do a nice iced coffee at Costa. I mean, it's really nice, thick and creamy. I thought I was going to get something like that. It was literally. it was split. In the middle, you can see the layer of milk and the green. So you got your straw, and I don't know if I was supposed to do that, but I stirred it all in anyway. And when you get that milk, it wasn't too bad. But then when it all started to saturate into it was like drinking a cup of cold tea. And I thought, this is, and you could taste it. It's almost like you could suck in it from tea bag. I thought, this is absolutely gross. I'm not having it, but I just...
So you learned the lesson.
Not matcha
And as
anymore.
Sandra says, green tea always looked like the enema fluid we used when... used to use as a nurse when she was doing it 50 years ago.
I thought you could have used this.
Yeah, it's not the greatest choice in the world, I'll be honest with you. It's a strange wee taste, isn't it?
Nothing with matcha in.
Although if we're talking about tastes that need to get in the sea, so matcha needs to get in the sea because it's natural stuff, so it's not going to kill anything, but it just needs to get in the sea.
I don't mind the pistachio thing though.
But pistachio, I really don't get it. I don't get why it's so popular, but I'm not offended by it either.
Yeah, I've not had it in a drink though.
The one that I really can't get my head around because it seems to be the super hot thing at the moment as well.
Oh, is it the honey?
Hot honey.
Hot honey. We had the Jaffa Cake hot honey, didn't we?
They tasted bouffin. I genuinely don't get what the appeal is. I guess it's that sort of sweet and spicy combination that they're going for. And it just doesn't land. I've tried a few different hot honey things and I just I don't...
You've had the pizza.
I don't see the appeal of it. It just doesn't work for me. Maybe my taste buds are broken. Maybe that's what we're learning here.
I like honey.
Oh, honey. like that, or the actual honey.
I like the honey, yeah.
Although, if you're looking for things that do work, I've just seen a message from BG31 Cat, also talking about nursing, saying green tea, I can think of a few things it looks like as a nurse. Yes, and I'm sure some of them we don't want to be thinking about. But also saying iced lemon or peach tea is lovely.
See, that sounds nice.
So that's like a traditional iced tea, though, isn't it? Proper old-fashioned iced tea. And I can see how that could be refreshing.
It's got to be refreshing. It's got to have a taste. There's some I've tried in the past, very watered. When we went to America, And I said, oh, I've had that iced coffee before in wherever it was. I think it was Costa. I thought, this is going to be lovely because they didn't do hot drinks for some reason. So I thought we'd have an iced
Generally,
tea. No,
in the
iced
south,
coffee.
where it's absolutely boiling.
They don't do a flipping hot drink.
Understandable, because it's boiling out
I
there.
still slurped one. So this. I thought, well, we'll try the cold coffee then. That was shocking. The glass was about 3 pints of cold coffee. I thought, I'm never going to drink this. And it was just like water with the most hintest bit of coffee. So that were out the door as well. That was terrible.
You were not a fan, although we didn't quite manage to get you onto biscuits and gravy.
No.
I tried it, and it's weird. It's a little bit spicy. When I say spicy, I'm talking like pepper. I'm not...
Yeah, that's not me.
As in salt and pepper. I'm not talking like it's full of, what do you call them? Jalapenos and things like that. It's not got a Mexican influence, but... I
want a hot drink when I go to McDonald's. I want my coffee. I don't want knocking around with this flipping whatever lemonades and 7-Up Fanta stuff. I can get that from the co-op. I want to sit there with my nice latte or my cappuccino. It's part of the meal. Do you know what I mean? For me.
So if you can't get that, it absolutely ruins the experience.
It does, honest to God.